Hello and welcome back to my record blog. This is the first episode where I'll actually introduce a band and talk about records, so I'm kind of excited to get started doing this. Part of the reason these take so long, other than the fact that I just tend to space off these things once I get started, is that it's hard for me to decide on a record to choose. I'm constantly obsessing over my records and my music and my iTunes, and I get kind of a mental lock when I have to think what's going to be the first record I show and what band do I want to give the most props to. But I think I finally decided one, so we'll go over and introduce Stone Axe. Today is our record, our band that we're going to talk about. Let's listen to a little bit here. Alright, that's a little clip from Stone Axe there. This is one of their kind of extended play singles, if you want to call it, EP that they released prior to their albums. It was a gift from my brother on my birthday, and it's one of my favorite 7-inches I have. There's a lot to learn here from this, more than just the band itself. 7-inch records, these used to be called singles or 45. This one, as you can see, is in 33 RPMs. When your parents used to collect records, or maybe their older brothers and sisters, depending on how young you are, they probably had a lot of 7-inch records. These were affordable. It had the hit song that was on the radio. All that they had room for on one side was the one song, because it was at 45 RPM. And then on the flip side would be a song that would hopefully keep your interest in that band. Not be such a good song that they didn't want to sell it as a separate single someday. So history has shown us sometimes those B-side songs kind of get legs of their own, but this isn't a single by any means. This is actually a small mini-length album. There's 4 songs. It's the type of thing that bands these days release just to get music out into the hands of their fans, and without having to wait and accumulate a bunch of well-rehearsed songs to put on a full-length album. No one's making money off of records anymore. These are truly a labor of love, and so these are just beautiful, beautiful collector's items. This is just a gorgeous green marbled vinyl. Again, they could have just went with plain black, but you know, if you're going to go all the way, and they certainly did here. Just a beautiful record, beautiful sounding, a nice heavy vinyl. The heavier the vinyl, a lot of times you get a better bass. It seems like the needle rides the groove a little bit better. Of course, the slower speed on here, there's some debate whether or not that increases or decreases the quality of the music, and I'm not qualified to speak on that, but this is just an amazing record. Every song on there is just fantastic, and my almost 2-year-old son kind of gets into it, which kills me because the music is at least 30 years older in taste than he should like. Stone Axe is a current band on a small label called Ripple Music. Released this EP, a couple other EPs, a single and 2 full-length albums so far. Just a great rock band. They love rock and roll and just celebrate everything about it. This may or may not be what you would refer to as stoner rock, but we kind of begrudgingly use that term. It's just rock and roll. 7-inch records a lot of times don't have a lot in the way of packaging. As you can see, this is just a piece of like poster glossy paper that they've cut and folded in half. That's the way most of these indie records are. There's not a lot of packaging involved, even though that the art direction is amazing. I love that slogan. It has nothing to do with the titles of the songs. It's just a good in-your-face rock and roll record. Again, just information on the back, but just great aesthetic, just an amazing piece of collection there. Here's their first album, another beautiful picture, probably a stock photo they came across. Wooden spoon with some sort of blueberries in it, some earth in the background, just the type of colors and tones of textures that just like get you in the mood to hear this kind of Jimi Hendrix, Cream, Thin Lizzy, AC/DC inspired rock and roll. On the back, a little bit of a kind of a gloomy looking, just kind of get you in the mood to listen to a jam and nod your head. Their first song on this album is truly their hook. Riders of the Night, I would just download that song for 99 cents off of iTunes and you'll understand exactly what this band is all about. Just an amazing band. One more thing to point out here, here's their other full length, Stone Axe 2, kind of a, I don't know if they were lazy or if they just wanted to follow in the footsteps of like Led Zeppelin and just use the numbering system, which is kind of a cliche in rock and roll. Of course, no one beat that dead horse as much as Chicago. They were well into the teens, maybe even into the 20s. I could care less, but they just continued to number their albums even into when they fell out of relevancy with the music listening public. Second album, relatively recent. They're working on a third one. One thing I want to show off here, kind of less attractive cover work, even though it's certainly intriguing with like a triple exposure here with some sort of Greek statue of some sort. But inside, this is what they call a gatefold album. When you can open an album up into like a book, usually chock full of pictures of some sort. Here it's all kind of self-serving. We're a rock band. Here's pictures of goofy stuff happening in the studio and on tour, pictures of our fans, pictures of our stickers stuck in places they shouldn't be. Here we go with pictures of their CD for sale at a music store they like to frequent. Just shameless self-promotion that you love to see in rock and roll, and it just sweeps you up into it. As a fan, you just want to see their sticker stuck on every stop sign in your town. Again, here's the back side of the record. Just kind of they kind of lost a step maybe on their art direction, but it definitely fits the mood. Fantastic rock and roll band. Once again, very proud that I have these in my collection. I'd like to get some more from them soon. So there you have it, Stone Axe. Just an amazing jam band. For those of you who like Thin Lizzy, AC/DC, maybe with some more modern sensibilities as far as the low tuning, kind of more hint of doom in your stoner rock, these are just a great band. You'll just not go wrong. You'll find something to love on these albums. Whether or not you love them from beginning to end, that's your prerogative. But again, just representing why it is I like to collect records. Fantastic music, some attention to detail for the collectors and for the fans. Spending money where they shouldn't have, like with this gold vinyl on the 12-inch here. Just needlessly spending money they'll never recoup for them or the record company, just to kind of tell the fans, hey, keep rocking, man, and we'll just keep putting this stuff out until we can't do it anymore. So there you have it, Stone Axe, first episode of my record blog.